two-man. He played outside leagues such as Spiker's Turf, so we can expect a lot of good strategies coming our way.
And to give us more insights about the two teams, let's turn you over to our courtside reporter, the third member of the panel, Daniel Laguardia.
Thank you so much. And of course, good morning to you, Joel and Tati. We start this day off with a battle of rookies with teams hailing from UAAP and NCAA. Galing sa Espanya, the UST Golden Spikers have brought a team composed of mostly rookies and a few senior players. Kaya naman para kay assistant coach Benji Mape, this will be a great opportunity to test the water and really aim to highlight the rookies. Kaya ngayong first game nila nararamdaman ng araw ng rookies ang first game jitters, but with the help and leadership of UAAP Season 87 Rookie of the Year, as he said, JJ Macam, and his fellow seniors Yambao, Avila, and Sally, they will definitely show the Thamascian way of volleyball. Para naman sa Quinto Perps, they were not able to prepare for a long time, but Coach Maki Carino said that he is sure they will give a good performance because they have selected players from different provinces all over the Philippines with skills, talent, and potential. And of course, with their team captain, Jester Bornell, Coach Maki says that the team is in good hands with his leadership. A very exciting match up in here. So let's now turn it over to our game announcer, Marvani, for the starting six.
It's a match between the University of Santo Tomas Golden Spikers and the Quinto Times Perpetual Health Altas. Introducing our officials for this match. First referee, Joven Racelis, National Referee. Second referee, Jofer Educado, National Referee. Let us now meet the starters. First, from the University of Santo Tomas Golden Spikers. Number 6, opposite hitter, Albucari Sali. Number 18, middle blocker, Riven Kadinsan. Number 5, outside hitter, JJ Makam. Number 2, outside hitter, Kenneth John Salvador. Number 14, middle blocker, Trevor Valera. Setter, team captain, number 7, Dux Yambao. Libero, number 10, Caldel Gion Legaspi. And their head coach, Coach Benjamin Mapi. And now the starters for the Quinto Tires Perpetual Health Altas. Setter number 1, John Ezequiel Lituania. Outside hitter number 7, Zain Mohammed. Team captain, middle blocker number 10, Jester Bornell. Outside hitter number 12, Jose Miguel Arturo Anton. Middle blocker number 19, John Castillo. Opposite hitter number 21, Clint Michael Mateo. Libero number 18, Nash Dimple Abinova. And their head coach, Coach Michael Carino.
And we've got the starting 6 for both teams. This is, of course, brought to you by Don Benitos. For UST, you've got Salvador and Makam as the hitters, Valera, the middle blocker, You've got Sally and Yambao, and their libero is Legaspi. Meanwhile, for the Quinto Perps, you've got Albon and Mohammed as your open hitters. You've got Bornel, the middle blocker, Mateo opposite, Lithuania as the setter, and Abenoja as the libero. These starters, of course, brought to you by Don Benito's, ang pambansang kasava.
We now begin set number 1.
Set
Number
number
7,
1,
Dax
Dax Yambao
for the Golden
serving.
Spikers.
Good receive. And an immediate score by the Quinto Perps.
What a drop ball. What a good way to start the game, already having all of us on our toes.
That was a quick set. Scored there by Quinto
Number
Perps.
7, Mohammed serving for
Now
Quinto
it's
Perpetual.
Mohammed serving for Quinto Perps. Yambao over. That attack wasn't too strong. Meanwhile, speaking of strong attacks,
Nice spike from the outside. There we go, number 12.
that is Jose Miguel Albon.
Yes, the outside hitter. He's actually a rookie. Looking forward to all the rookies this game.
Both of these teams are relatively young in our tournament. This tournament, of course, is composed of
Serving, number
teams
7.
with veterans. Some are already in the semi-pro leagues, and a lot of them are from the college leagues. Here's the attack by Makam, no good. Reset.
Off the block.
Good block. Point for UST.
UST really going for the offense over here, even though Perpetual is holding their own in terms of defense.
And that was Sally
Number
getting
5,
through
JJ
the
Maka
wall.
serving for the Golden Spikers.
JJ Makam serving. Quick attack, and it goes in.
Attack point for Quinto Perpetual.
Perpetual really known for their quick attacks right now at the start of set 1.
And they
Number 19,
go up by
John
2,
Castile serving for Quinto Perpetual.
3-1. On the opposite side,
Nice
Point
one
goes to
for
UST.
UST with their offense right now. Perpetual really has to hold to their blocks, especially with UST
Number
going
18,
for more
Ivan
spikes rather than
Katinsag
quick
serving
attacks.
for UST.
that's Katinsag serving. They wanted to drop it to 2. Here's Albon once again with a score.
Off the block! Both teams really utilizing their spikers. Oh, there's a net touch.
Oh,
Perpetual
Point for the
trying
Golden
to challenge. Number 10, Bornell, team captain, trying to talk to the referee. Does not go through, unfortunately.
unfortunately, so point will
Number
go to
18,
UST. They
Katinsag
not up
serving
this
for
game at
UST.
3-all. Good receive, but the timing wasn't there for the set by
Point for
Lithuania.
the Golden Spikers.
It's really hard being a setter, especially when your receive isn't good. It's hard to start a good attack, especially when the defense doesn't go as
Number
well.
18, Katinsag to serve for UST.
Katinsag, oh, that service just off the net.
Service ace.
Got right through, and it's a
Another
service
point for
ace.
UST.
Service ace for UST.
So that
Number
gives
18,
them a 2-point
Katinsag to serve.
lead, 5-3. Nothing going there on the offense. That's a gift. Albon once again, he has been scoring for Perps, and he gets it once
Point
again.
for Perpetual.
Another outside hit from Perpetual, again off the block. We are seeing a bit of struggle in terms of defense from UST.
Number 21, Clint Mateo to serve for
So that
Quinto.
middle block, blocking has to be a little stronger for UST. There was just one-on-one in that sequence.
Yes, actually, if you're a blocker, you should be known to be closer to the net. And UST is a bit afraid, especially after that net touch by Perpetual.
Here they come for the shot. Nothing going there. Well received. Albon once again, but that's long.
So close. Oh, they're asking for a block touch.
Point for UST.
Perpetual really fighting for these points so early in the game.
Number 6, Albuquerque Sally to serve for UST.
So it is now Sally on the serve. Targeting the libero
Service
of
ace.
Quinto Perps. It's a service ace for Sally.
Perpetual's
Number
defense.
6, Sally, once again
They're
serving.
trying and it's working so far, but the libero just missed that one shot.
Coach Maki giving some instructions to his wards. Sally with the service. Oh, that hits the net.
To the net. Point for Quinto Perpetual.
So Quinto Perps will get the point there.
UST has to work on their
Number 12,
defense, so
Jose
hopefully
Miguel
they'll be able to
Albon to
catch
serve.
this serve.
There's the receive. And
Point goes to
point goes
UST.
to UST. What happened there?
Point for UST.
Anyway, we have a technical timeout. We'll be back. This is the NDSL Volleyball Series. And we're back. UST up 8-5. Quick set, but the attack wasn't strong. Speaking of strong attacks,
From
Sally.
the back line! Wow, amazing!
For UST.
And that is
Their offense really doesn't disappoint here in the first set.
activating Sally as a striker. Off system there. But that is Mohammed with the score.
Over receive, one of the very troubling scenarios here, especially if you're in men's volleyball, giving the attack immediately to the other team for them to score.
Bornell will serve. That's a little too
Ball is
strong.
out. Point for
Goes out.
UST.
Point goes to UST.
And yes, Captain Bornell switched out for their libero as a middle blocker, of course.
Number 14, Trevor Valera to serve.
And errors right now on both
For
sides.
Quinto Perpetual.
Keeping this score
Number 1,
close at
John
10-7.
Ezequiel Mendoza to serve.
Yambao.
Yambao.
Oh, missing on that.
Point for Quinto Perpetual.
A miscommunication on Yambao's end, I believe.
That's Katinsa.
Going for a different quick attack than his spikers
Number 1,
expected.
John Mendoza to serve for Perpetual.
Lithuania Poor receive there by UST. Better. Yamba once again hits.
Off the block.
Off the block, JJ Maka.
Makam with another point there off the block.
Makam really is showing us that he has
Number seven,
developed
Yamba,
from
serving
last
for the
season.
Golden Spikers.
Yambao rotating back to service. Mohammed, that's received by Yambao. Good block by Perps there, but this one will be scored by Makam off the block.
Both these teams are getting a lot of attack points. There are barely many errors, except obviously in service, but of course we're just warming up here in set 1.
So we will expect more fast and furious action.
Yes, that's one way to put it, Sir Joel.
Yeah. Yamba once again on the serve, but that is wide.
Point for Quinto Perpetual.
Speaking of errors, what
There we
just
go.
happened?
Another service error for UST. They have been putting up their service errors actually since the start of the set. Hopefully they learn how to adjust.
And we just caught a glimpse of Coach Benj Mape of UST. And good block by Albon. He's not just good on offense, he's also good on defense.
Yes, nobody there in the back line. Everybody was expecting an off the block or a drop.
Zayn Mohammed once again serving for Perpetual.
Caught it with the right arm. Yambao, the quick. And that is in.
Driving, but it's
On the line.
UST.
We love UST's attack points so far. They're showing us a lot of offensive strategy, which they've been known for since the UAE.
Serving for UST.
Very flexible players, all of them.
Makam serving.
From the back line.
Here's the set. And Albon once again.
Off the block, but it touched Sally's shoulder. That was quite unfortunate for UST. You can't really, stop those things from happening. The Spikers knew what they were doing.
And
another
we saw that UST already was expecting the big attack from Albon, so they sent 3 blockers at him, but still, he still scored.
Driving Katinsag serving for the Golden Spikers.
Katinsag serving. Oh, that's
Ball is
long.
out. Point for the Altas.
UST really needs to adjust in terms of service errors. Since the start of the set, that has been their immediate enemy. I'd like to think their attack points and their off the blocks. Their defense could use some work, but I'd like to say that their service errors might actually best them in this game.
That's at least 3 points that we've seen that they've given basically
Exactly.
to Quinto Perps. This could have been a different score, but they're just up by 2.
And as we know in men's volleyball,
Serving for Quinto Perpetual.
serving is actually very important.
Pavilla has checked in. Oh, strong
There we
hit there by
go.
Sally.
UST.
UST should continue their offensive strategy, but also, again, make sure that their services go in if they want to win this game and take this home.
Serving for UST.
Trying to extend this lead. That was well received. Drop there, but UST was expecting it, but
Off the block.
another block. And who got the block? I think it was Albon.
Perpetual really with blocking UST, knowing full well that their attack is actually letting them take the lead.
And Albon with that walk-off. He will now serve.
Serving for Perpetual.
Oh,
Ooh, another service error for Perpetual over here. Both teams really have good attack. They just need to learn how to be more consistent in terms of their service, which I believe we will see.
we will see more of that after this technical timeout. Score is 16-13, 3-point lead for UST. We'll be back.
You are still watching the NDSL Volleyball Series, the match between UST Golden Spikers and Quinto Perps. With incorporating the rookies into their preseason stint, assistant coach Benji Mape shared that this tournament is really all about them. For the UST Golden Spikers, it's their goal to grow as individuals and as players because, as Coach Benji said, the culture of UST men's volleyball team is not only to play but to give a future to these players after their playing years in college. For the season, UST intends to show that they are all about grabbing opportunities and growth in and out of the court. Joel and Tati.
Thank you for that report, Daniel LaGuardia. So it's not just about providing them opportunities while they're in college, but making sure that they're ready for life. Speaking of which, congratulations, Tati, on graduating.
Oh, thank you so much to all my Lasallian listeners out there. Happy grad.
Happy grad to everyone. As that is,
Substitution.
the score is now 17-14.
Hernandez in.
Both teams scoring each 1 point each.
Gabriel Hernandez for UST.
And here's the serve. Mohammed, his shot is blocked, but it goes out.
Point for
So
Quinto
point
Perpetual.
for Quinto Perpetual. They're
Substitution.
now closer. It's now just 2 points separating these two teams. Serving is Lithuania.
John Lithuania serving for Quinto Perpetual.
Here's a set. Received by the libero, but it goes out. Makam with another strong hit.
Yes, Makam really showing that he was the star rookie last season. Showing us how he deserved, again, that spot in the mythical team.
Exactly. And this tournament, the NDSL, can be a chance for both teams, especially in the college level, to gauge how far their younger players have developed ever since their own tournaments in their respective leagues in UAAP and NCAA. We're on the return there, Makam once again.
He found that open spot in the middle. Everybody always aims for that when it comes to drop balls, and he did it amazingly so, especially after that very interesting rally. A nice save by UST in terms of their defense.
I think even he got a little surprised by the fact that that opportunity presented itself. Mohammed, his shot is blocked. And Sally and Katinsag providing the wall for UST. Increasing their lead 20-15 as a timeout is called by Quinto Perps. We'll be back. That golden wall of Katinsag and Sally blocking that Quinto Perps attack from Sally.
There we go.
Another error.
For Quinto Perpetual.
All right, both teams really do need to
Zaid
work on their
Mohammed
service
serving
errors.
for Quinto Perpetual.
It seems to be the most common error in this game.
Speaking of,
There we go again.
exchanging service errors are the
UST.
Golden
Because-
Spikers and the Quinto Perps.
The thing about men's volleyball, right, it's usually very fast. We don't have a lot of rallies. So service is one of the main ways to gain points, especially for the setters. So you can imagine it could be very disappointing.
And that is a service ace
There we
for
go.
JJ Makam, showing us that he might be that one player who can take this home. Let's take another look at that. Right
JJ
down
Makam
the
serving
middle.
again for the Golden Spikers.
We have Makam and Kantinsag both with service aces this game. Go UST for their aces.
But that one is too long.
Point goes to Quinto Perpetual.
Keeping Quinto Perps in this game. They're just down by 5. 22-17.
It's not over yet here for Perpetual, still trying to gain control of set one.
Quinto Perpetual.
Arky Corpus. Serving. Yambao setting. That attack is blocked. Sally. And that goes out of bounds.
Point for the Golden Spikers.
Point will go to UST. Getting closer to winning this first set.
Using the blocks as a way to gain a point for your team is actually also one of the best things to do in men's
Number
volleyball. to end
14
the game.
in, 16 out.
So it's not really just a matter of getting the ball over to score on the other side. It's also, you can also, yeah, as you mentioned, utilizing the blocks. Nakam had to set it, and that will be a point for Quinto Perps.
That was an attempt of a fake spike, but instead became a set. We see this a lot, especially if you're in the back line.
Serving for the Altus.
You see there. And that's another point
For Perpetual.
for Quinto Perps.
Number 21, Clint Mateo to serve
Clint
for the
Mateo will
Altus.
serve to try and get some momentum here. Yamba with a set. And that is down the middle.
Salvador.
Salvador with a
Point for
score.
UST.
UST really trying to say to Perpetual that no, they will not give in to their attack points because UST can do it too, apparently.
It is up and
Ball
long.
is out. Point for the Altus.
There we go, UST service errors.
They still have 4 set points.
Chester Cornell serving for the Altus.
Team captain Cornell with a service. Could this be it? And that will be it. Attack point and a win.
Yes,
A set win for
UST's
UST.
offensive strategy worked this game. But let's also remind everybody that service does go a long way. So if they do not, again, adjust to that, to those errors, it'll be hard for them to take set.
And that is it for the first set. The final score brought to you by Black Mamba. It is 25-20. We'll be back for the second set. This is the NDSL Volleyball Series. as we take a look at some highlights from that first set, the UST Golden Spikers won 25 to 20. JJ Makam really showing us why he was the Rookie of the Year. And we've also got Al-Bukhari Sali scoring for the UST Golden Spikers. Meanwhile, for the Quinto Perps, it was Jose Miguel Albon leading the charge.
Yes, we have set one's very offensive first part of the game.
Back to the ball game. This is set number 2 between the University of Santo Tomas Golden Spikers and the Quinto.
Now we're just about ready to start the second set.
Yes, there is Makam, the star rookie of last season. We are currently looking at a lot of his attack points this game. Start of set 2, let's hope both teams adjust in terms of their service, but continue this offensive strategy that they're going to do. But Perpetual needs to work on their defense as well. As for UST, they need to know that they have to work on their blocking, especially the off-the-block attacks by Perpetual.
We're just about ready to start. That's Ike Ulaton
serving for Quinto Perpetual.
serving for Quinto Perps. There's a set. Makam on the attack, and he strikes it through.
Point for the Golden Spikers.
Makam really on his attack points this game.
Xianbao serving for UST.
Now it's Dax Yambao.
Our captain.
Ulaton with the set. Quick attack and score by Mateo.
With a wonderful quick attack by Perpetual, really looking for the opening of UST.
Neil Asorio serving for Perpetual.
Here's a service received by the Golden Spikers, and that's cut inside.
Attack point for USC.
Unfortunately, Perpetual didn't get to block that properly as it touched the hand.
JJ Makam
Backline needs to work on their defensive strategy.
Makam on the serve. Immediate return by Salvador.
Shutting it down.
And you can attribute that to the strength of that service by Makam. When it was received by the libero of Quinto Perps, it immediately went back
over,
to
yes.
their side.
That gave UST time to attack back. There we go.
There we go once again. Yambao to the opposite, and that goes in.
Al-Bukhari Sali.
Yambao!
Point for
Crazy
UST.
attack points since set 1. UST's been very aggressive, actually.
And it is a timeout called by the Quinto Perps. They are down 4-1. We'll be back. And UST, as you mentioned, Tati, they have been aggressive early here in the second set.
Number 5, Makam serving for the Golden Spikers.
As JJ Makam, he's been serving for a while now.
Yes, for 3 straight points.
But this time it's long.
Point for the Altas. Arky Corpus serving for Quinto Perpetual.
And Corpus will serve for Quinto Perps. They target Makam. Salvador getting in there, but That might have been a violation. Yes, it is.
Net
Yes.
touch.
Salvador touched the
Point
net.
for Quinto
Although
Vergara.
in volleyball, it's all right if you go over the line as long as you've already landed, but unfortunately,
Number 16,
Salvador has
Arky
touched the net.
Serving for Quinto
That would have been a
Vergara.
really good fate.
Here's the service. Makam once again forced to receive it.
Attack point
And that's an
for
attack
UST.
point for Katinsag once again.
Another quick attack by Katinsag. He had a quick attack a while ago.
Number 18, Katinsag, serving for the Golden Spikers.
He will now serve for the Golden Spikers.
In the back line now.
Laton sets up his opposite, but
Error. Point
that
for
was an
UST.
error.
Miscommunication again on their setter for not calling the
Number
play.
18, Katinsag, serving for UST.
Mateo was not expecting that set as Katinsag on the service once again. And we have our first service error for this set.
Point.
Second service.
Second. Oh yeah, second.
First was Makam, now we
Makam
have
with the long-
Katinsag. Yes. Again,
Number
UST with their
21,
service
Quinto
errors.
Mateo,
Apparently, it's
serving
the
for
only
the
errors that they're
Alphas.
giving to the other team. They have not missed the spike yet. Over
That was
receive.
too long. But the block there
Block. Point for UST.
by, I believe that was either Valera or Salvador getting that block.
They are very tall.
Number 6, Sally, serving for the
Middle
Golden
blockers.
Spikers.
That was Salvador with the block. So Laton goes to the open, but it's off. Valera with the attack.
Attack point
That
for
goes in.
UST.
It was good on Legaspi that he covered that area and that corner.
And we will take a technical timeout.
In favor
Score is
of
8-4
the
in
Golden
favor of
Spikers.
UST. Valera scored on that previous play.
Back to the ball game.
Take another look at what he did after that quick
Substitution for Perpetual.
just on the line.
Yes, and it's so good that UST, even though that they are focusing on their offensive strategy, we still have good defense from the back, especially Libero Legaspi, number 10,
6, Sally, serving for UST.
who was there to cover Zone 5.
And that is the only chink in the armor of the Golden Spikers right now. Service errors.
I'm pretty sure later coach would tell them to keep serving during training.
Albon with the service. Yambao setting up. Salvador! That is received. Good dig by Albon.
Ball is out.
But on the return, the ball goes out. Score will be awarded to UST.
Another error by
Kevin
Perpetual.
John Salvador, serving for the Golden Spikers.
Salvador on the serve. That's short.
Ball
Wanted to float the ball through.
Point to the
I'm
Alphas.
pretty sure Salvador was looking for a powerful attack, but tossed the ball wrong when he started his jump serve.
Jester Bordel, serving for Perpetual.
Team captain on the serve. Valera with a strong attack. Albon is there to receive. Hulaton. That's blocked by the wall of UST.
Point to the Golden Spikers.
UST blocking. From a while ago, from set 1, we saw that UST's blocking was a bit inconsistent, but this game, that's their second block.
That's JJ Makam with a block there.
Number 14, Trevor Valera to serve.
Valera serving. Good serve. From the back. And you're almost forced to play once again, Tati.
I wanted to go on court in that specific moment. It's actually unfortunate. I'm pretty sure UST would have gotten that if it wasn't for the wire above.
Serving for the Altas.
Well, that is one of the things that you'll have to account for,
Yes.
the environment.
That's why it's so sad when courts have very low ceilings. Yambao attempted to drop ball as a setter because of the over-receive, but ended up, unfortunately, the captain hit the net.
So it is now just a 2-point lead for UST, 10-8. Culaton with the service. Here's Yambao with the set. The distance was a little off there.
Another point for Perpetual.
And they need to reset.
Yes, I think that's another thing about setters. It's very hard to
Timeout call.
keep their
As a
cool.
timeout is called by UST. We'll be back.
10-9.
And we're back, and score is 10-9. As we take a look at some highlights, these are back-to-back errors by UST. The joust going back to Quinto Perps. Yambao setting Makam. And that is off the block.
Yes, Makam with his offense since set one, still going very strong. I guess the only thing he really needs to work on is his service.
Serving for the Golden Spikers.
And we got Dax Yambao serving for UST. That goes through. Oh. And that will be a point for Quinto Perps.
Perpetual trying to call a challenge, but no,
Oh.
the refs let it be.
So
Makam
it will
with
be
his
for
back
UST.
point. Yes.
Number 7, Yambao serving for the Golden Spikers.
Perpetual really trying to challenge these points.
They know it's very, these points are hard to come by.
That's a point for the Altas.
Especially since the game is so close now.
Another service error there by, this time by Dax Yambao.
Sherwin Villegas serving for Quinto Perpetual.
Ball received, Yambao activating Sally, and that is in.
Ball is in. Point for the Golden Spikers.
Sally was actually not in front of the ball. He was beside the ball and still managed to get an attack point. Amazing spikers, these UST are.
Serving for the Golden Spikers.
Learning how to adjust, always very flexible. That's one of the key qualities to being a great volleyball player.
There's a dig. Oh, and the quick by Mateo.
Point for the Altas.
Another quick point by Mateo. Mateo really seems to be a really good quick attack player since set one.
And Coach Maki using this lull in play to give additional instructions to his players.
You'd think since Mateo is an opposite hitter, he would be more on the open attacks. But no, he's doing a lot of quick attacks from his setter.
Oh, that receive was off.
Nice save by Legaspi.
Salvador giving a gift to Quinto Perps. Hulaton to Albon.
There was a little bit of sass there from Albon. I like that.
Official score is 13-12.
We love a little bit of sass after some attack points.
Now serving Archie Corpus for Perpetual.
I am literally on the edge of my seat.
Yes, literally.
Literally.
Katinsage's attack is blocked. Saved there. Another gift. Ulaton. And 4 touches now. So Quinto Perps has knotted this game up at 13-all.
UST looking confused but moving on.
Good on both teams that they kept on playing until they heard the whistle.
Yes.
And Sally, strong hit. Here's Albon. That was blocked, but it still goes in.
This is what we were saying. Katinsag was too far away from the net to block.
Gave some space for the ball to still
Go in between him and the net. If you look at the replay.
a little less sass that time from Albon, but still happy about what he did.
I'm loving Albon's sass, you know? I wish I had that kind of sass when I was playing volleyball.
Yambao activating Sally. Is received, but there's a violation.
Double contact.
Double contact.
Double contact from their setter.
Rain de la Paz serving for the Golden Spikers.
So the score is tied up once again at 14-all. Here's Albon. Softer touch this time.
Off the block.
Point for Perpetual.
Perpetual has been noticing, I believe, UST's lack in blocks. I believe they're using that to their advantage and utilizing their attacks in a way to make sure that they get the point even though UST is blocking. Good strategy.
Yeah, that's why they are now up by 1 point.
Which is the first time they are leading since set 1.
Strong serve. That was blocked. Second serving, and Salvador punches it through.
I know people cannot see me right now, but I have been reacting like very happily for both Perpetual and UST when they get their attack points.
I have a very lively partner for today's set of games. Serve receive, Fabula. That is a violation.
Another double
Another
contact.
contact. Point for UST.
Every setter's first
Official
nightmare.
score 16-15.
And we have a technical timeout. We'll be back. This is NDSL Volleyball.
Watching the NDSL volleyball series in the match between UST Golden Spikers and Quinto Perps. Now with the intense match, the Perps are working to flip the momentum on their end, but assistant coach John Patrick Ramos of Quinto Perps said that the team is still in their adjusting phase as this is their first game and first league altogether. However, this will not stop them in giving UST a good fight, especially with the rookies coming from different provinces, experiencing the Manila environment for the first time. Coach Benji Mapes' goal is to develop experience, fighting spirit, and willingness to win, which this tournament is the first step to getting the result they are aiming for. Joel and Tati.
Thank you for that report, Daniel Laguardia. Well, also having come from the province, although I was not recruited by any sports teams here in Manila, there is a shift in a sort of culture shock that happens when you're coming from the province. And I'm sure some of these athletes playing for Quinto Perps are experiencing that right now. Hopefully, they get acclimated through their playing here in the NDSL. As that is another point for Quinto Perps taking over, getting close. The score is 17-16 in favor of UST.
Net touch by UST. They really need to find that balance between touching the net and not touching the net.
Service ace.
Service ace.
Unfortunately, there was a bench that was blocking Salvi, so he couldn't go over and get the ball. But I'm pretty sure if the bench was not there, he would have gotten it.
Here's Albon once again on the serve. From the back, that's J.J. Makam.
Makam really blowing everybody's minds with these spikes, whether from the front line nor the back line. He's really proving himself to be Rookie of the Year last season.
Salvador serving for UST.
Salvador, that is a service error.
Point for Perpetual. Official score, all 18.
And a majority, well, not a majority, a lot of the points awarded to Quinto Perps are actually coming off of errors of UST. And because they've been gifted all of those error points, they gift one back.
Actually, Perpetual has been doing well in their attacks, but they've been gaining a lot of errors as well, whether it's service or attack points. They really just need to find that balance and consistency.
Strong serve, long serve. Valera sends it to the opposite line.
Perpetual substituting their players,
Number 8 out.
coming off from the bench. Hopefully we'll see a switch in strategy for them to gain the lead.
It is knotted up at 19. UST with a 1-set lead. From the back once again. Almost a score there by UST. Salvador receiving. Yambao to Sally. That block is off. Goes out.
Attack point for UST.
That's Sally with the attack point.
Box Yambao serving for UST.
Serve received. Quick. Yambao to the opposite, and it goes in. Sally once again.
For UST.
Sally really showing the aggressive strategy, the offensive strategy of UST.
As the timeout is called by Quinto Perps, the score is 21-19 in favor of UST. We'll be back. And we're back. You're still watching the NDSL Volleyball Series 2025.
16 out.
It has been Al-Bukhari Sally scoring for the UST Golden Spikers.
Serving for UST is Box Yambao.
They're up 21-19. You're still with me, Joel Parcon, alongside my partner, Tati Dulce. As that service goes out of bounds.
Another service error from UST. That's Katinsag's second service error. Although he is doing well with his quick attacks.
Serving for the Altis.
Sherwin Villegas serving.
Ball goes out.
He exchanges the service error with a service error as well. You can also feel how both teams are actually just still adjusting and they're still figuring things out since a lot of these players are younger.
Yes, and it's UST's first game, I believe, for this.
I think both teams.
Both teams for this league.
As that attack is blocked.
Point to the Altis.
Point goes to the Altas.
Another attack by Perpetual, trying to make sure that UST does not gain this set.
Salvador, that's long.
Salvador trying to go over the blockers, especially since Mateo and his other spiking partner was trying to block him.
Timeout is called by UST. The score is tied at 22 all. We'll be back. As we take a look at our Commissioner JV
To
Sumagaysay.
serve for the Altas, it's John Castillo.
All right, we're at 22 all. Hopefully, Perpetual gets to take this set to elongate the game.
As that will be a point for them, much to the delight of their bench.
Look at Perpetual's bench trying to cheer their teammates up. We
They
love
know-
a good morale.
They know they're just 2 points away from getting this set.
Momentum is now on Perpetual's side. We see UST a little bit more tense.
You talk about momentum, Tati. I've noticed that more than any of the other ball sports, volleyball
It's
depends a
all
lot on momentum.
Yes, whoever's team is way more confident,
Ball is out.
but overconfidence also is a problem sometimes. But it's fine because Perpetual looks pretty happy. They look pretty calm. They're not gonna let this go yet. 23 all.
Lane De La Paz serving for
Here's
UST.
De La Paz on the serve. Received. And the attack is in!
Chester Borrell.
Wow, Perpetual, what a spike!
That's team captain Chester Bornell.
Did you see that? That kind of confidence goes a very, very long way. 24-23.
1 point away from getting the set. But here's the attack. And it will be off the block. Sally with the score.
UST said no. UST said they are not ready to give it to Perpetual.
Number 6, Al-Bukhari Sali serving.
Again, everyone watching, I am on the edge of my seat. I hope you guys are too.
Sally, his serve is long.
Point for Perpetual.
Sally's second service error. This is what we've been talking about since a while ago, Sir Joel, about their service errors, UST.
Here's Albon with a chance to get the set for Perpetual. Received by Makam. And he attacks. It's in.
From the back line, Makam!
Spikers.
Oh my goodness
Official
gracious.
score is all 25.
Let's take another look at that.
See
He made
that?
sure to send it to his setter so that Yambao can send it right back to him.
Everybody was expecting a frontline attack.
Meanwhile,
Perpetual still says no! They are not ready. 27!
no, 26 to 25.
26-25, I'm so sorry. Team captain.
10, Justin Borrell serving for the Altas.
Chance to win the set. Yambao to Valera.
You know, one of the main loves that I love about men's volleyball is that it's very quick. It's very rare to find rallies. So once you get the ball, you attack. And when a rally comes, oh my gosh, your heart would be racing.
Gabriel Hernandez
We have yet to
serving for the
experience a
Women's
heart-racing rally here in this game.
It'll come
It'll come.
soon. This is already heart racing as it is.
You're already at the edge of your seat. And off the block,
Point to UST.
that
I
point will
felt
go
that.
to Makam.
I'm pretty sure Malcolm felt that too. Oh, these back-to-back attacks. Both teams not wanting to let this go. And that is one of the beautiful things about volleyball. You never give up until it is over.
Exactly. Keep playing until that whistle signals end of the set or the match.
What a great form. from
Oh,
Perpetual.
Yambao wanted to get the drop on Quinto
Double
Perps.
contact. Point for the
This is another thing that we've been saying. UST was too far away from the net. That block did not give enough space.
It was actually Yambao. He wanted to get the drop on Quinto Perps, but the block of Quinto Perps was there. Send it right back to him.
And he was not ready.
Cruz with the receive. Down the line. Sally with another attack point.
Sally's been really aggressive. Sally and Maham, actually. Both of them receiving a lot of attack points this set number 2.
Yambao serving for the Golden Spikers.
Will Captain take this home?
We shall see. He will take it out. So we are tied once again at 28.
You know, if this goes on to like 40 points, I'm not going to be surprised. I'm just going to sit here and like be on the edge of my seat with all of you.
There's the receive. Yambao setting up. Makam. That was blocked. Oh,
Double contact.
double contact.
Point for
Perpetual
UST.
has gotten 3 double contacts by now, which is one of, you know, as I said, setter's worst nightmare. As a setter myself, it feels horrible when you get called.
Makam. Opportunity. I've been saying it for several times already. Opportunity to win the set. That ball
Will
is received.
Perpetual let it?
Albon. His attack is blocked, but they reset. Here's the rally.
Rally going really well.
Oh, and Mateo getting that block point.
I'm about to walk out of this game. 29 all.
This second set is turning out to be very, very exciting.
You can see both benches have players standing up. Even the audience is actually very, very focused up right now.
And this is Castile with the serve. Yambao to the back. JJ Makam.
Makam's attack points from the back. You see, that is why you never let the back line stop you from getting those fly high spikes. Amazing.
Flying high indeed.
Number 14 in, number 16 out.
One of the few times you see a tiger flying.
A tiger flying.
Number 20 serving for UST.
And that is a service ace. A little anticlimactic, but that will be it.
It's all right. We have
For
their
this set.
libero from Perpetual trying to hype them up.
That is number 20, Drain de la Paz, ending this exciting second set. 31 to 29 is the set score, brought to you by Black Mamba Energy Drink. We'll be back for the third set. This is the NDSL Volleyball
The
Series.
National Developmental
and you are still watching the NDSL Volleyball Series in a match between UST and Quinto Perps. So I am here right now with assistant coach Jomel Sagun. So coach, it has been an intense first 2 sets for you and your team. What needs to be done for you to get this third set?
Actually, nakita niyo naman, ang first set namin, ibang first six, second set namin, ibang first six. Kasi syempre, yung karamihan ng player namin is bago talaga. So, tinitingnan namin kung sino yung dapat dun sa anim na bubuoy namin. So, kaya si Coach Maki is tinatry niya lahat ng player.
So coach, so far what do you say about the performance of the team, seeing that this is their first game altogether?
So far naman po, maganda yung pinapakita ng team namin kasi karamihan sa kanila talaga po bago. So nakikita namin kung gaano yung drive nila maglaro at yung puso nila. Yun.
Well, thank you so much. We can't wait to see how the rest of the game will turn out. For now, let's get back to you, Joel and Tati.
And thank you for that, Coach Jomel Sagun of the Quinto Perps. And we did notice also that the energy level of the Quinto Perps from the first set to the second set, there was an increase in energy level from the Quinto Perps.
Yes, I believe Perpetual is finding their way into hyping the team up, keeping the team morale, especially since they're down 2 sets.
As we start the third set, a gift. And that's Sally with a strong attack. The cross getting the point.
Sally really keeping his aggression up until now here in the third set.
Serving once again, Dux Yambao.
Duck Xianbao serving.
Team captain.
Here comes Albon. That was blocked. Sally once again.
Albocari Sally.
Sally's attack points. Hopefully he learns to a little bit adjust on his service. But right now he's doing really well as a player.
And he is targeting
Dux Yambao serving for UST.
that zone, that space in between zone number 1 and zone number 2 for his cross attacks. Albon, on the other hand, he hasn't been as active. Here's Quinto. Albon, he is blocked once again. And the blocking of UST getting them that point.
Yes.
Makam with a block.
You know, in fairness to Perpetual, we have Abenoha from Perpetual. The libero has been hyping up his teammates and making sure that even though they are down 3, that they will still get those attack points.
Yambao, this time his service is long.
Point for Quinto Perpetual.
So it will go back to Quinto Perps.
All right, making sure that their lineup is correct, the rotation is correct, because a rotational error would cause them to have a point in the other team, which they cannot risk right now.
Yambao. Oh, that set was a little off. And once again, it's the defense.
Blocked by number 6, Sally.
Sally with that block.
Sally really getting his attack points. Unfortunately, somebody got hit in the face, I believe. That must hurt. Volleyball is a very intense contact sport.
Exactly.
Because not only are your teammates hitting you, so is the ball.
Serving for the Golden
You have a
Spikers.
higher chance of getting hit by the ball than in any other sport, I believe. JJ Makam on the serve.
Ball is out.
It's
Point
long.
for Quinto Perpetual.
That's the second service error for UST.
And I'm noticing that UST, their services are very strong. That's why there's a huge chance of it going long.
It really says a lot about their aggressive play.
As there's a violation. Net touch called on Perpetual and Bornel. So it is now De La Paz serving. Oh, that set was a little too long, and Hulaton not getting the right timing there. As a timeout is called by Quinto Perpetual, will be back. The score is 6-2. And you've got Hulaton on your screens right now, the setter for Quinto Perps.
Unfortunately, he has been gaining a lot of double contact. Hopefully that will change.
Okay, I'm curious about the setup there. Well, although it was a service error by Cruz, the Quinto Perps players were like opening up the middle. Is that a sort of strategy for?
It's actually a formation that helps on defense. It gives space for the libero to be able to have more space to cover, because it's the libero's job to take care of defense. There we go, another
Although
service
they
error.
missed their opportunity there, as that's as you mentioned, a service error.
But yes, it's also so that the other players don't get in the way of the libero.
There, that's a receive. And the successful attack by Jester Bornel, giving Quinto Perps the point.
We are now at 7-4. Hopefully, Perpetual will continue to keep this game close and not let UST pull away.
Albon. Strong attack once again by UST.
Nice cover by the libero from Perpetual.
But that's Valera with a strong hit. As we will now head to a technical timeout. The score is 8-4 in favor of UST. As we take a look at some highlights from UAAP Season 87, Rookie of the Year J.J. Makam hitting from the back line.
Makam has been really gaining his attack points, whether front or back.
To my count, he's got around 13 points already. But they did give up another service error there, keeping this game close, 8-5. Jester on the serve. Valera, his attack is blocked. Here's Makam. That goes in.
On the line. I almost thought that it wasn't going to go in that time.
He knew that we were showing highlights, and then he just wanted to add on to them.
Number 14, Trevor Valera, serving for UST.
Valera on the serve. That's long. We've been seeing a lot of that here.
We are now on 4 errors from UST in terms of their service.
Serving for the Altos,
And Perpetual only has 6 points. So from that 6 points, 4 of them were service errors from UST.
Precisely. As Hulaton gets it over. Sally this time.
Albocari Sali.
Sir Joel, you were about to be a volleyball player.
Yeah, that's my
That
only
was your
experience.
debut.
Yeah.
Ducks Yambao serving for UST.
As UST is now up by 4 with a service. Good receive. But again, the defense of UST showing up here in this third set.
Their block points really adding up as well. I guess now they're learning how to adjust to their former errors from last set.
Yambao, strong service. And that would be a net touch.
Point for the Golden Spikers.
Abenoha has been really doing really well. His receives, his digs, very consistent. And also a really good morality player. He has been hyping his teammates up. He's the loudest in the court right now.
And Hulaton with a good set to Mateo off the block.
Mateo as well. I'd like to think that the key players here for Perpetual are Mateo and Abenoha. Doing really well to carry their team right now through the 2-0 situation.
And it's interesting that you mentioned Abenoha as being the chief morale officer of the Quinto Perps. Given that he is actually one of the younger players.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, he is one of the younger players. One of the 2007 babies here on court.
It's interesting to me that you call them babies given that they're only like 4 years younger than you.
Sir Joel, you shouldn't like expose me like that.
Meanwhile, the Alta slowly gaining momentum here, getting back-to-back points. Take a look at Coach Benj Mape of UST, showing a little bit of concern.
The game's not over yet for UST, and that is inside? On the line.
Cruz with the score.
Serving for UST, JJ Makam.
Here's JJ Makam on the serve.
What I love about UST is that they're really rotating their players. They're not using the same people over and over again.
Unfortunately, that is yet another service error.
5 service errors now for UST. 5 out of the 9 points of Perpetual are from UST service errors. I'm pretty sure Coach is about to do something during training in regards to their service.
Well, that's Castile giving up his own service error.
Number 20, Sean Cruz to serve for UST.
The service. Bornel, that attack is strong.
Bornel was shutting them down, telling them that I will not let you pull away. Bornel, captain, knows full well how crucial this third set is.
Beautiful quick play there. As we've got a lull, they need to wipe down the court.
But yes, Bornel really has to know how to carry the team right now, especially since he is captain and since his team seems to be 4 points down.
They're down 14-10 and 2 sets to none.
This third set is crucial for Perpetual.
Here's Sally.
Al-Bukhari Sali.
Sally's 4th attack point.
And increases that lead to 5. We were saying that Perpetual was slowly gaining momentum and UST just took that away. Oh. The receive was a little off, so Hulaton couldn't really set it up properly as we take another technical timeout. The score 16-10. We'll be back.
16-10.
Score is 16 to 10. We are in the third set. This is the match between UST and Quinto Perps.
Here you go, Sal.
Sally with the service, another strong serve. And the defense, that time just one-on-one. Kenneth Salvador repelling that attack.
Salvador pointed to the floor.
Number 6, Sally, serving for UST.
You can really feel the aggression of UST. Even though they are up, it doesn't make them overconfident, knowing full well that Perpetual can come back.
Ball goes out.
Ball goes out
Point for UST.
on that attack by Jester Bornell. So UST pulling away here. The score is 18 to 10. And he immediately apologizes to his setter.
The relationship between setter and spiker is very important. As they say, the setter is like the point guard in basketball, for all the basketball viewers, Sir Joel.
Yeah, that's me.
Number 1,
Yeah, there's a substitution there.
Mateo out.
Talisayan checking into the game.
Albukari Sally, serving for the Golden Spikers.
Here it is. Shot is in no good. Save there by Makam. Yambao carries it over to the other side.
Jose Albon.
Albon with another score.
Point for Quinto Perpetual.
And
Substitution 15 in.
UST 7 points away
Number
from
9,
closing this match out.
Number 6, Sally out. Number 12, Jose Albon, serving for the Altas.
Jose Albon with a service. That is another error.
Point for UST.
We can see that Perpetual's morale has not really gone down, even though it's 19-11. They don't seem to be giving up, which is a very good trait to have as a team.
Exactly. Here's a set. Shot. Repelled. Second serving, and it finally goes in.
Look at them
Talisayan.
celebrating.
Point for Quinto Perpetual.
I think they were also celebrating because Talisayan is a new entry into the game. That was probably his first ever point in the college level.
A lot of rookies here this game, finding their debut.
Serving for Quinto Perpetual, Jester Bornell.
Jester serving. 19 to 12. Just goes through. What a quick set.
Amazing defense by Legaspi. He really knew how to cover that ball. A beautiful dive.
From the dive to the set to the hit. It was as if it was one smooth motion.
Yes. They really know how to work as a team, UST. But Perpetual isn't giving up.
For the Golden Spikers, Gabriel Hernandez.
Gabriel Hernandez serving 20, serving 12.
Hernandez, also one of the youngest players in the team.
Coach Benji putting in his younger players now. That shot by Umandal goes in, giving them a 9-point lead, 4 points away from the match.
The biggest lead this game, 9 points.
Hernandez serving for UST.
And another service error.
Point goes to Quinto Perpetual.
Pretty sure UST is going to have a long talk after this game.
Here's Talisayan. The kiss before the serve. Avila with a quick set, and that goes through. Cruz with a score.
These rookies really feeling the excitement of the game, knowing that they are leading here by UST. Oh,
And Substitution. Umandal checks out.
And the referees are connecting, correcting. I apologize. I guess that's part of the excitement.
Yeah.
They just want to go in court. We can see Ateneo warming up in the background.
And we also see
Signal.
the Signal HD Spikers.
Yes, they are ready to go.
They are the next game.
Oh, we're having a little bit of problems here in terms of officially substituting.
That's something that I actually appreciate with volleyball. It's a little bit more formal. There's some more ceremony compared to like basketball, for example, which I'm more familiar with. Like the way that you substitute, where you're supposed to come from, even the pre-game before they actually start the game, and after the game they have this official like what do you call this, handshake that happens. There's a bit of ceremony.
We take rotation and our players very seriously. Very high ball over there.
Speaking of high ball, that went right over to Quinto Perps as Villegas just dumps it back.
Villegas really reached for that one.
And he will serve 14, serving 22.
Number 7, Mohammed. Number 12, Albon.
And Albon will hit the bench.
Serving for Quinto Perpetua.
He really did a lot of good points for his team, Albon.
Oh, that's too strong for JJ Macam.
Ball is out.
There we see really good sportsmanship. Even though Maham crossed the court, Perpetua still helped him out.
And we are looking for the utility as a timeout is called on the floor. Score is 22-15. We'll be back. And UST currently up 22-15. Sherwin Villegas serving for Quinto Perps. And that is a score by Sean Cruz. UST 2 points away from getting the match.
These players just coming off the bench.
For UST, JJ Makam.
JJ Macam has had a stellar NDSL debut with the strong serves and flying from the back. Sally
really utilized that off the block.
For UST.
24-15. JJ Macam.
JJ Makam serving for the Golden Spikers.
Match point.
Trying to see where he wants the ball to go. Gets it right to the libero. And that's Lithuania.
Lithuania's not ready to let go of this set yet.
God returned it in the second.
15 in favor of the Golden Spikers. John Castile serving for the Altas.
Castile. Service is in. It's over to Salvador, but it was received. Sally. Nothing going, and that attack by Lithuania goes in.
Off the block point by Lithuania. Again, utilizing UST's space between the net and themselves.
Number 19,
Quinto Perps gaining some momentum. If they can string a couple more points together, that'll be huge. And that is an anticlimactic end to to the set and the match.
Unfortunately for Perpetual.
Golden Spikers take the game.
And yes, it sort of was characteristic of this game. A lot of service errors.
Yes,
it ends
for
on
both
a
teams,
service
it
error.
ends on a service error. But nonetheless, it was a great game for both sides. Their attack points, their offensive strategy was very good. It was also very noticeable for UST that their attack continued, but even Perpetual continued their defensive strategy.
And so the third set ends 25-17. That set score is brought to you, of course, by Black Mamba Energy Drink. And
There we go, the
Yeah.
final handshake. We hope that we'll see both teams again soon.
after that torrid second set,
That second set
yeah,
was
that second
amazing.
set was amazing.
Both
the
teams
third
just
set,
keep fighting.
yeah, UST just started pulling away early in the third set. As we take a look at some highlights, early on it was Albon also for Quinto Perps showing the way, but as the game progressed, the defense of UST started getting tighter and tighter. Meanwhile, their strong hits from the outside, from both sides, and even from the backside, that was really what clinched the match for them.
If you look at the highlights right now, we see a lot of UST's blocks really holding on to their strengths and their attack points. It must have been very, very crucial for them to learn how to attack as well.
And right now, we turn you over to Dania LaGuardia, who is with our Spalding standout spiker, JJ Macam.
Thank you so much, Joel. Of course, outstanding talaga ang performance ni JJ Macam. So JJ, you know, during the first set up until the third set, we really saw your aggressiveness and your willingness to win. Where did that come from? Where did that motivation come from?
Siguro sa mga ano na rin sa coaches and teammates ko na nakasuporta, and also sa pinagandaan po namin talaga yung liga, kaya ayun, nagdo-dominate po talaga ako.
Well, there was a time in the second set that, you know, the Perps had it and on their end, and then you guys took it back, and of course you took it back in the third set also. What changes did you guys make in order to get this win?
Ginawa lang po namin adjustment, back to basic lang po. Kasi yung time na yun kasi sobrang pressure na, nagdidikit na yung score namin. Ayun, nag-back to basic lang, tsaka overcome yung pressure.
Well, of course, you have a lot of supporters, you know, the Tamashan community and everybody watching you right now. Would you like to greet or thank anyone?
Hello USD and USD community, sa fans, coaches, and managers namin. Thank you for your support.
Thank you so much once again. Congratulations, JJ, for that amazing performance. Let's get back to you, Joel and Tati.
And so congratulations to JJ Macam and the UST Golden Spikers for taking their first game here in the NDSL Volleyball Series. Up next, we've got the Ateneo Blue Eagles going up against the Signal HD Spikers. And on behalf of my partner, Tati Dulce, and our courtside reporter, Dania LaGuardia, this has been Joel Parcon. We hope to see you in the next games. This is the National Developmental Sports League Volleyball Series 2025.